Hey guys, Yips here, coming at you with another video, and this one today is going to be about Antorus, the Burning Throne, as a raid tier, and my opinion on it. I think it's important to talk about opinions of raids because then it lets Blizzard know what you want in the future, and it lets them know kind of how you're feeling about the overall aspects of their game. So I think Antorus, the Burning Throne is a decent raid. I don't think it's great by any means or any shot. I do think it's an improvement over Tomb of Sargeras, but I also think that it is a vastly inferior raid to Nighthold and Trial of Valor. The reason being is because I feel like Antorus, the Burning Throne is like you're going in and you're playing solo. I feel like every single boss that I'm going in on Antorus, the Burning Throne, I'm basically just going in and I do my own thing. And if I do my own thing correctly, and the 19 other people in my raid group do their own thing correctly, we will kill the boss. It's not like some sort of group effort goes into killing. Obviously, Aranar the Lifebinder is a little bit of a different story, but even then, she's kind of just an easy boss. But Iminar, Kingarath, Portal Keeper, Antor High Command, Fellhounds, Garathi Warbreaker, Varimathras to a point. After Varimathras, the bosses become a little bit more coordinated, but up until that point, all of the bosses just kind of feel like you're going in, you're doing your thing, and if you do your thing, you're gonna kill the boss. And I don't think that's really a good way to, approach a raid tier, as, raiding is the idea anyways in my mind, is you get 20 people together, and those 20 people, coordinate together properly, like you have to do things as a group in order to kill the boss. So obviously I should be talking about examples, so I'm gonna show you guys some examples of what I'm talking about. So back in the past, we had this great boss called Helya. Helya is probably just the most flat-out example of working as a raid group to kill a boss correctly and, involving teamwork. There's some other good examples that I'll bring up as well that are earlier bosses in the raid tier, because obviously this is the last boss of Trial of Valor, so she's going to be more complex. But in terms of, kiting the orbs properly, staying for mass dispels, making sure that in Phase 2, when the tentacles spawn, that you're killing them at the same time. This was an excellent boss because of that teamwork, and I'm sure that 90% of raiders agree with me that this was the best boss in Legion. And the reason being is because of the amount of coordination your group had to go through. It was the planning of the boss. It was, making sure that everyone in your raid was on the same page of what you were doing, rather than just kind of being on your own and dodging a line, right? That makes raiding so much more interesting and so much more of an experience when you actually kill the boss, when you're having to coordinate as a party of members in order to kill it. Some other really good examples of earlier bosses would be in the Nighthold. Spellblade Alorial is a really good boss where you had to coordinate. It was, not too challenging of a boss, but it still felt rewarding because, you had to deal with the frost adds properly. You had to communicate with your raid members when you were breaking, and then people had to get behind you in order to take those soaks. The fire phase, you had to spread out properly and make sure everyone in the raid was burning them down as quickly as possible and getting interrupts, or you would just wipe. The arcane phase, everyone had to move as a group and dodge the orbs and then burst them all because you made that, cluster of density. And then, that would repeat, but it didn't feel like a boring boss because, things were constantly going on that you would have to do with other members in your raid and watch your positioning relative to the other members rather than just on your own. So I feel like, when you look at the bosses in Antorus, the Burning Throne, like Garathi Warbreaker, you're literally just moving left and right and soaking a puddle. Fellhounds, you're just stacked with your side. Antor High Command, you just have to make sure you get inside the shield. Portal Keeper, if you're on the bottom, you just dodge beams. If you go on the thing, you just kill a mini-boss. Aranar the Lifebinder, she's a little bit more of a coordination boss, but she's still fairly straightforward. On Iminar, all you have to do is spread out or stack. And on Kingarath, you're literally just killing an ad and dodging balls. Obviously I did make, the explanations of those bosses fairly simplistic, but as a whole, I really feel like these bosses are missing a lot on Mythic difficulty. There's some sort of group coordination on each boss that's just not there, and I feel like, that's a really big shame when it comes to Mythic raiding. I wonder if you guys feel the same as I do. I kind of feel like, while Tomb of Sargeras was very difficult, there were some bosses that were better than the bosses in here. It's just that every single boss was so ridiculous that it just made it an unhappy experience. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about this raid tier. If, you kind of like the simplicity, like you just go in and do your own thing, and if you do it right, you know, all's good. Or if you'd rather have more bosses like Helya and Spellblade and Gul'dan and stuff like that, where it really requires a group coordination in order to kill and feel rewarding. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Let me know what you guys think about the new raid tier, and I'll talk to you guys later.